All right. Right now I'm in the middle of a pocket pennant run game. We're in the bottom of the third scoreless. This is an opening day game, 78 between the Astros and the Reds. It's J.R. Richard against Tom Seaver. Here, Richard is pitching to Tom Seaver in the bottom of the third. Nothing has happened yet, so you haven't missed anything. After this, I'm going to play a quick game of Game Pulse Payoff Pitch. 8 is batter, 6 is a fly to left, so 1 out. And we're going to go to the next batter. It was Pete Rose. He struck out his first time up. We got a control 6, and that's a strikeout. Rose down twice in this game, 2 out. Bring up Griffey, and 4 is defense, second base, and a 3 should be at play, and it is a 4-3. Easy inning for Richard. We go to the top of the fourth. Cedeno bats, and we have a defense, and a 6 is a shortstop. 5 should be a good play, and it is. So rounded a short, 1 out. Bring up Jose Cruz. He's 0 for 1. Lefty righty doesn't apply here, so we'll just take the batter fly to right, and he's out, 2 out. That'll bring up Bob Watson, and lefty righty does apply here. They're both right-handed, so we'll take his LR column, and a 8 is a base hit anyway, so he's on first with 2 out. Bring up Joe Ferguson, fly to center his first time up. We got batter 2, and that's just a liner to first to end the inning. Would have been a double play, but there's already 2 out. So we go to the bottom of the fourth, and Joe Morgan will lead off against J.R. Richard. We got a batter result, and a 6 is a fly to left, 1 out. That will bring up George Foster. 11 is batter. 12 is park. Now the park is neutral, so we're just going to use the 7 on power, and it's a double plus to center. So that's a double plus to center. We'll stay at second. So runner on second with 1 out for Dan Dreesen. And batter 3 is a G5 DP. Now there's no DP now. A G5 DP asterisk. First base is empty. It's a ground out, runners hold. So we'll just do a G5 on this, I guess, with the runner holding at second. So that's 2 out, runner on second for Johnny Bench. That's batter 8, and that's a base hit, but it's only 1 star. First and third, 2 out for Concepcion. I know there's an optional thing where you get 2 bases with 2 out, but right now I'm going to play it by the book here. 3 is control, 4 is a strikeout. So we're going to go to the 5th inning, scoreless, pitcher's duel. Seaver pitching the Howe. Batter 10 is power, and 11 is a home run for Art Howe, who hit 7 that year. So let's double check that. 12 is batter, 10 is power, and 11 is a home run for Art Howe. And the shutout is broken up here. The scoreless game is broken up. It's 1-0 Astros. And that'll bring up Roger Metzger, and he strikes out. Seaver's a little pissed at the homer and strikes out Metzger, 1 out. Bring up J.R. Richard. We got a batter 1 and a liner to short. Where the liners? Liner to short, 2 out. Top of the order, Terry Poole. He is grounded out and flied out. And we got defense, second base, and a 9 is good. Grounded to second. So Astros take a 1-0 lead on the Art Howe homer. We go bottom 5, and Geronimo leads it off against Richard. And 8 is batter, 6 is a fly to left, 1 out. Good game so far here. Tom Seaver will bat. Batter 6 is a fly to left as well, 2 out. Nobody on here. In the bottom of the 5th, Pete Rose is 0 for 2, and he struck out twice. He's going to try to put the ball in play. Lefty-righty doesn't apply because Rose is a switch hitter. So we just take his batter, but it's another fly to left. So that's a quick inning. A lot of action in left field. And we go to the 6th, 1-0 Astros. Cabell leading off against Seaver. 7 is lefty-righty. It does apply. They're both right-handed, so we will use his LR column, and it's a base hit anyway. That happened before. So another base hit there. Runner on first with nobody out for Cedeno. 8 is batter. 3 is lead runner on a grounder to third. So they get the lead runner. I believe that's here on a grounder to third. So 1 out, runner on first for Jose Cruz, who's flied to right twice. 10 is batter. 8 is a base hit, 2 stars. So they're going to have first and third, 1 out, and they're threatening again against Seaver. That'll bring up Watson. defense, shortstop, but an 11 is going to be a problem, and it's an error. That's a one-base error, and it's 2-0 Houston. First and second one out for Ferguson. 6 is lefty-righty. It applies. We'll use his LR column, but a 9 is a fly to right T. I think the runner on second tags on that. First and third, 2 out for Art Howe, who homered last time up. 3 is control. 12 is a wild pitch with men on base, correct? Let me just double check that. If there are runners on, it's a wild pitch, so that is a wild pitch, and that's going to score another run. And it is 3-0. Runner on second. Now we got to get the at-bat, and we got to control 3, and he struck him out. But it's now 3-0 Houston. Going to the bottom of the 6th, Ken Griffey leads it off. Triple twos, runner out of baselines. I don't know what that means. Triple twos, runner out of base. Does that mean he just ran out of the line and it gets thrown out? I don't even know how to score this. How do I score this? I don't know how to score this. It's not really runner interference, but do we do runner interference? Pick off, run down. This popped up. I'm going to go see runner. Batter is out. I'm going to use this one because I don't know what to do on this rare play. So we'll say that's what it was. 1 out, and Joe Morgan is up, and we got a strikeout of Morgan. So that's 2 out. Yeah, I don't know how to do all the rare plays, but it's the only one I could think of clicking on. So here's Foster. He is 1 for 2. Looks like he doubled and grounded to first. 2 out, nobody on. Reds down 3-0 here opening day. Defense shortstop, 5 should be good, and it is. So that's that for that inning. We're going to go to the top of the 7th. Metzger leads it off. Batter 5, grounded to third, 1 out. And that will bring up J.R. Richard. He'll bat. Batter 1 is a liner to short. 2 out. I guess I'm managing both sides here. I'm used now to having computer managers because I'm playing so much payoff pitch. 6 is lefty righty, doesn't apply, but 2 is a grounded to short anyway, so it doesn't matter. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time. Reds need some runs. Dan Dreesen leads it off. Defense of the shortstop, but 4 should be good. Grounded to short, 1 out. In pocket pennant run, higher numbers are good for the offense. Lower numbers good, better for the defense. 8 is batter 11. This is power. So we got batter 11 power, 9 on his power, and that's a home run for Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench gets the Reds on the board. It is 3-1. 1 out now, and that'll bring up Concepcion. 9 is batter, and that's a grounded to third. 2 out. That'll bring up Geronimo, who's 0 for 2. 8 is batter. 11 is power. And 11 is a home run. Is this another home run? Geronimo only had 5, but let's just double check this. 8 batter, 11 power, and the power is a neutral park, and it doesn't matter. That would only be for park anyway. 11 is a home run. 2 home runs in the inning, and it's 3-2. Run scores, and now we're going to have Tom Seaver due up. Now they hit 2 homers. Do I take him out? He's probably getting tired anyway. Not even that great making changes in this game, but let's see who we have. Can we filter this? Pinch hit. So we pinch, Ray Knight. This is all mixed up, so I don't know. Dave Collins. We don't have a lot of good lefty choices here. Mike Lum. What are we going to do? What are we going to do here? All right, you know what? I'm going to let Seaver bat. Let's let Seaver bat and stay in the game. Batter 11, he gets a base hit. He rewarded me with a base hit. So Seaver's on first with 2 out for Pete Rose, and there's a lefty-righty, doesn't apply to a switch hitter, and 10 is power. 10 is power because 6 is lefty-righty, but it's not applicable. So 10 is a power, and 8 is a double plus, and that's going to score the run. Double plus to center, and this game is going to be tied up at 3. So Seaver stays in the game in singles, and Rose doubles them in, and it's 3-3. And now Griffey with a chance to give the Reds the lead. Richard trying to get out of the inning. Control 3 strikes him out. So we got a 3-3 tie. Don't really want to go to extras. Seaver is now fatigued, but I'm going to let him stay in to face Cabell. 6 is lefty-righty, which applies. 11 is still power, though. And 9 is a double plus to center. He's going to stay at second with nobody out for Cedeno. And 11 is batter, and 9 is a base hit, 2 stars, and I'm going to have to take Seaver out. So Seaver helped himself in the last inning with the hit and the run scored, but now he gives a run back. And who's going to be coming up? Jose Cruz. We will go to... I'm going to put Pedro Borbon in. The lefty's coming up. And he will face Jose Cruz. 12 is batter. 5 is a fly to right. So that is the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Watson. You don't tag up, I don't think, from first on flies. So 6 is lefty-righty, which applies. 5 is a fly to right, tag, question mark. But he's not going to tag up from first. 2 out for Ferguson. 7 is batter 8, and that's a fly to right. So that's the end of the inning. But the Astros take the lead back 4-3. Now Richard is fatigued, but in fairness, I'm going to leave him in for at least for a batter or two, like I did Seaver, and it'll be Morgan. And there's a batter 10, and that's a base hit. So now I got to think about getting Richard out of this game. Runner on first, nobody out. And let's see what their bullpen looked like. Let's see. These are the guys that played in the actual game. And who's up? George Foster's up. Hold on one second. I want to quickly go to Baseball Reference. Well, let me look at the game itself. I have the game up on Retro Sheet. Pence came in early. Zambito pitched 2 innings. So he was left-handed, though. Dixon pitched, but he didn't even get an out. He gave up a bunch of stuff. All right, let's go to Dixon for the righty. We'll have Dixon face Foster. Runner on first, nobody out. Reds down by a run. 2 is control. 5 is a strikeout. Gets him. 1 out. That'll bring up Dreesen. Who's up after Dreesen? Dreesen, then bench. So we'll let him face Dreesen. Runner on first, 1 out. 4 is defense. 11 is shortstop. 4 should be good. It is a lead runner out. So they get the lead runner. What did I say? That was a G4? G6. So lead runner on a G6. So runner on first, 2 out. Dixon trying to get bench. 5 lefty righty applies. We'll go to his LR column. 6 is a fly to left. So that's going to end it here. We go to the ninth. It is 4-3 Houston. It's been a good game. Bourbon trying to hold them. We got defense, we got third base, and a 1 should be good, and it is. So 5-3 put out, 1 out. And that will bring up Roger Metzger. 11 is batter 9 and a G3. I don't know if there's a way to tell the difference between these unassisted and 3-1s, but it doesn't matter. 2 out. And Tom Dixon will... I guess Zambito was their save guy? So maybe I'll just pinch hit and put in Zambito. Let me double check on Baseball Reference. I think Zambito was their save guy, wasn't he? 1978. Let me just bring up the Astros on Baseball Reference, because I don't remember. It's been a long time. Zambito saved all their games. Well, he saved 11. Force saved 7. So it could either be Zambito or Force. So we'll pinch hit for Dixon. Ooh, we got Denny Walling. What kind of year did he... And we also have Dave Bergman. What kind of years did they have? Walling and Bergman. Walling hit 250 with a 332. Bergman hit 230. We'll bring in Denny Walling. He'll pinch hit for... Please select player. I did select a player, didn't I? Denny Walling. Oh, he's pinch hitting for Dixon. Denny Walling pinch hitting for Dixon. Yes. Okay. There we go. I haven't done this too much, so I don't know how to do changes that well. So Walling with 2 out, nobody on, is going to face Bourbon. 6 is lefty-righty, which doesn't apply, but 2 is a grounder to first. And that is that. So we're going to go bottom 9, and now we're going to put in alter lineup. So how do I put the pitcher in this spot? Joe Sambito will be pitching, so how in the hell do I do this? Change, select, so Walling for Sambito, and please select the position. He's going to be pitching, and I hope I did that right. And save lineup. You have pinch hitter for the pitcher. You must go to the bullpen for what? Yeah, all right, here we go. Joe Sambito heading to the mound. Okay, here we go. So I guess I did it right. Bottom 9, Sambito comes in. He's going to face Concepcion. Concepcion's going to bat. It's 4-3. Reds need a base runner. Here's control and a strikeout. 1 out. Good job for Sambito getting the first out. Geronimo lefty. Do I want to go... Ray Knight was a DC. Who do they have? Auerbach was an AA. He's a righty. I can't do any better than AA, so let's pinch hit Auerbach. Pinch hit for Geronimo. I guess I got to do all that to get the pinch hitter in. Okay. So now Auerbach will bat for Sambito. 1 out, nobody on. Defense, first base, and a 3 should be good. Watson makes the play. So 2 out, nobody on. Reds down to their last out. Now I got a pinch hit for Bourbon. Who do I have left that can hit? Righty. DD. Oster was an AD. Lum is a BA, but he's lefty. Ray Knight's a DC. Man, we don't have a lot left on our bench. Vic Corral was a CC. Wow, I think I have to go with where is he? Ron Oster, switch hitting. I remember Ron Oster. He will pinch hit for the pitcher. And he is the last hope for the Reds. It's 4-3 Houston. Sambito trying to save it against Oster. Switch hitter batting righty. And here we go. 6 is lefty-righty. Doesn't apply. 10 is a power result. 3, though, is a fly to center, and the game is over. So, good game. Astros win it 4-3. And Sambito doesn't get the win. Actually, Dixon gets the win, and Sambito should get the save. I don't even know if Seaver gets the loss, but did he? Yeah, he did give up the 4th run, so Seaver does get the loss. So that's that. Please, I did verify it. And we want to save game results. And there we go. All right, so that's Pocket Pennant Run. That was a pretty good game. And they saved. I played the Seattle, Minnesota played 2 games in a row. They started on the 5th, and then they played again on the 6th, with Minnesota winning both games. All right, so that's Pocket Pennant Run. That went pretty well. Let's open up Game Pulse. That was a pretty good game, actually, as I'm just learning the ropes of the software. Got to get a little bit more comfortable making changes. So now let's jump into this Reds-Indians game on Payoff Pitch. Because the rotations aren't switching on their own, I got to go back in. What was that? That game was Reds-Indians. So let me just double check who has pitched, who has started games. So either Darcy or Billingham need to start for the Reds. And what did I say? The Indians? So Zoldak or Bearden. So Darcy or Billingham and Zoldak or Bearden. So let's get into this game. And we can pitch Billingham and we'll pitch Bearden. And I will take the Reds. Getting a lot of Reds action today. And we will play ball here on Payoff Pitch. I actually have it on auto rolling right now. I would prefer to play on auto rolling, but hopefully with the updates and they'll make some changes and it'll be a little bit better than it is right now. But I still prefer playing on auto rolling when I can. So here we go. Bearden and the Indians in the field. Rose will lead it off. We'll look at some stats. I'm pretty far into this now. Rose is batting 291 with 5 ribbies. Bearden, I think he had 2 starts, and he's pitching to a high whip and a high ERA. So let's see what happens. And we got a 5 patient left-handed and a base hit. Base hit for Rose. And that's a ball blooped into right field if you want to go by the FAC. And he's on first with nobody out for Joe Morgan. And there's an in-play lefty and a grounder to first. So now we'll see if it was a double play or not. It's a fielder's choice. We can go into play results. The double play rating was 4 and we rolled a 6, so that's a fielder's choice. Runner on first, 1 out. Now we got Morgan on. Let's try and steal, and it looks like he was safe. We can go back in here again. He was an A against a 5 arm, and we rolled a 50 for a safe. Again, that's the kind of info that hopefully eventually will come to the front of the thing. Runner on second, 1 out now for Foster. And we got a tough left-handed and a strikeout. So 2 out, runner on second for Johnny Bench. Let's just go back. Morgan was hitting 370 with a homer and 7 ribbies, and Foster's been good. 320, 5 homers, 15 ribbies. Here Bench is 259 with 4 RBIs, and it looks like he's still looking for his first home run. Pretty deep into the season for a guy like Bench. Here's an in-play lefty, and that's just a fly to right. So we will go to the bottom of the first. And we got Lou Boudreau leading it off against Billingham. Billingham is pitching to a 4 change ERA. His whip is pretty good, though, so that's a little weird. And Boudreau is batting 350 with 2 homers and 7 ribbies. So we got a ballpark here. So Boudreau right-handed, 1/82 for a wheelhouse. And it's a wheelhouse, but a fly to center on an 80. This is the other one where I hope they kind of put in a little set 1 or 2 second pause. So we see wheelhouse, then we see fly to center. So 1 out. That'll bring up Keltner. He's batting 300. How many homers? He's got 3 homers. And this is a tough righty and a fly to left, 2 out. That'll bring up Larry Doby. And we got another ballpark. This time lefty is 1/55. And there's a wheelhouse home run. Wheelhouse home run for Larry Doby. A 30 on the wheelhouse and then a 43 against a righty. And a home run for Doby. So it's 1-0 Indians. And there's Doby's first home run. That'll bring up Joe Gordon. He's got 4 and he's hitting 260. 264. And there's a tough righty and a grounder to short. So we go to the top of the second inning. Indians up 1-0. Tony Perez, he's been good in this. He's got 6, I think he's leading the league with 6 home runs, batting 400. And this is a ballpark. A right-hand batter, 1/82. And he does get the wheelhouse, but he grounds the short, 1 out. So he doesn't get his 7th homer. Brings up Griffey. Griffey's batting 313 with 8 ribbies. And this is a patient left-handed and a fly to left, so 2 out. Bring up Concepcion. Got a tough lefty and a base hit. Base hit for Concepcion. Long single in the gap in center. He's on first with 2 out for Geronimo. And this is a tough lefty, and he struck him out. So we go to the bottom of the second, and Mitchell will lead it off. Mitchell is batting 270 with 9 ribbies. Facing Billingham, this is in-play right-hander and a fly to center, 1 out. Eddie Robinson batting 350 with 5 ribbies. And there's a patient righty and a walk. So he's on with 1 out. That'll bring up Allie Clark. Clark batting 295 with 2 homers and 5 runs batted in. And there's a wheelhouse. There's a wheelhouse right-handed. He's only 1/12 for homers, but he goes up to 42 for hits and a grounder to second. So now we'll see about the double play. And it was a 6-4-3 double play. We'll go into the play results. And the double play rating was 7, and we rolled a 5, so 7 or less is a double play, and that's why it was a double play. So we go top 3. Reds looking to get on the board, but Billingham, the pitcher, is going to lead it off. And this is in play lefty and a liner to second, one out. Billingham came in actually batting. It was 250 now. It was actually better than 250. Here's Rose. In play lefty and a fly to left. So that'll bring up Morgan. 5 is patient lefty and a walk. I've gotten to the use now too. I don't look at the dice. I look at the card and just wait for it to pop up. I find that's a little bit more fun than actually looking at the dice. So we got Morgan on first, 2 out. I'm going to let Foster hit here. And that's a patient left-handed and a grounded to short. So we're going to go to the bottom of the third. Indians up 1-0. And Berardino will lead it off. And that's an in-play righty and a fly to right, one out. Berardino was batting .095, and now Bearden, who has not had a hit in this season, is going to bat, the pitcher. And this is going to be a tough righty and most likely a strikeout, and it is a strikeout. So 2 out for Boudreau. And then if we want, we can see Boudreau on a ballpark, flew out last time up. And there's a patient righty and the grounded to short. So we go to the top of the 4th inning. I like to play this way in the auto roll with the separate dice. So if they can put some more info up front instead of me having always going to play results, this is the way I'll play. I could see playing a 3 or 4 game series very fast in this way. Johnny Bench will lead it off. And here's a tough lefty and a base hit. He gets the base hit. Long single in the gap in center. I don't even know. I don't think they're changing that card, so we can't really go by that. Again, that would be something that would be cool if they change the FAQ or something, or if they're using the fax for that. Yeah, they're not changing this FAQ, so it's just staying here until I guess we use it or something. Here we go. We got Perez up against Bearden. 8 is a tough out. And that's a strikeout. So runner on first, 1 out for Griffey. And there's a tough lefty, and there's a grounder to third. So now we got to look at the double play, and it wasn't. Go back in. It was a 5 for the rating, and we rolled a 7. Yeah, you see, when I play cards and dice for where the hits go, we have a hit location chart. And we have an advanced base running chart. So that's what I use. I don't use the fax. So if you're going to use the fax in this, then they should maybe change the fax for hits so that we can use it. Here's a runner on first, 2 out for Concepcion. Otherwise, use the hit location chart and bring it up so we could see it. Here's a patient and left-handed is a double. He finds the 37-41 double for Concepcion. And yeah, see, now they change it because I guess we need it for base running. So now the grounder down the line and all runners score. So I think they're going to use that. With 2 out, he might have scored anyway. So it's now 1-1. Runner on second, 2 out for Geronimo. And there's a 10. So we got ballpark, 1-55, and an in-play single. An in-play single. So with 2 out, the run might score. Yeah, he's going to score with 2 out. So it's 2-1 Reds. Runner on first now, but with 2 out, Billingham will just swing. And there's a tough out, and he's going to strike out. 1-99. So we go bottom 4 now. Reds grab the lead, and Kenny Keltner will lead it off. And here's a patient right-handed and a walk. Not a good way to start for Billingham. Bring up Doby. I think he homered last time up. Here's a tough righty. And a grounder to third, double play, yes. The low double play number was 4, and we rolled a 2. So, wow, that was an unlikely double play, but we got it. 2 out, nobody on for Joe Gordon. And here's a wheelhouse. 1-48 for a wheelhouse homer to tie the game. And there it is. Joe Gordon ties the game with, I believe, his 5th home run of the year. And we are 2-2 here in the 4th. So 2 good games. The pocket pennant run game was good, and this one's starting good. Here's Mitchell. And we got a patient righty and a grounder to second. That was the end of the inning. So we go top of the 5th, tied at 2. Rose will lead it off. He is 1 for 2 in the game. And we got a patient lefty, but too much. 91 grounder to second, 1 out. Bring up Joe Morgan. And there's a tough out and a strikeout. So he's out, 2 out. Bring up Foster. All right, this is our first defense of the whole game. We were checking the left fielder range, and he makes the play on a short fly. So we go bottom five. Bottom five for Eddie Robinson leading it off here. Tough righty and a base hit. He finds the base hit there. Runner on first. Nobody out for Allie Clark. And here's a tough and a pop up to first base. One out, runner on first for Berardino, who has not been hitting. But he gets a wheelhouse here, and he is a 1-23 home run. So here is the chance for Berardino. But a 77 is too much on a fly to center. Two out, runner on first, and the pitcher is up. And there's an in-play righty and a base hit. He goes 5-32 for a base hit. And with two out, the runner might go to third. No, he's going to stop at second anyway. He was only a 5 runner, that's why. So first and second, 2 out for Boudreau. And there's an in-play righty and a grounder to short. So they strand the runners. We go top of the 6th inning, 2-2. Good game. Bearden pitching the bench. And patient lefty. And a double. Bench finds his 28-35 for double. Leadoff double for Bench. Reds threatening to take the lead with Tony Perez. And we see Perez is looks like 0 for 2 in the game on a ballpark and a tough. And now we got another defense check. It's error. We're checking the first baseman for an error, but he makes the play, and it's a pop-out. That doesn't help the Reds as Bench doesn't move, and it's a runner on second, 1 out for Griffey. And this is in-play lefty and a pop to second, so 2 pop-ups with Bench on second. And now it's up to Concepcion. In-play lefty, base hit for Concepcion. Runners advance 1 base plus. Let's see what happens here, and he does score. So runner on first, 3-2 Cincinnati here in the top of the 6th. And Geronimo will bat. Patient lefty and a grounder to second. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Reds grab the lead on that big Concepcion single. Bench scoring as he led off with the double, and now Keltner leads it off. And we got an in-play righty and a grounder to short, 1 out. That'll bring up Larry Doby. In play for Doby, and he flies to center. 2 quick outs. Joe Gordon, who homered in 2 trips. And he's got a tough righty, and he strikes out. So we go to the 7th with the Reds up 3-2. And it's going to be Billingham, and he'll bat right now. And that's in-play lefty and a grounder right back to the pitcher, 1 out. Pete Rose. Here's ballpark for Pete Rose. Switch hitter batting righty, 1-82 wheelhouse. He gets the wheelhouse and the home run. He's only 1-11 against lefties. But Pete Rose finds it with a 3. And it's 4-2 Cincinnati. Big insurance run for the Reds. 1 out here for Joe Morgan. In-play lefty. Base hit for Joe Morgan. Morgan's on. Let's try and steal. And it looks like he's safe. Go into the play results. And we rolled a 70 for safe. So runner on second, 1 out for Foster. Another big insurance run out there, but this is tough lefty and a liner to short. So 2 out for Bench. Remember, Bench had the big double last time up. Here's a patient lefty. And a base hit for Bench, and that'll score Morgan for sure because he's fast. So it's now 5-2 Cincinnati, and that's it for Bearden. We're getting Kleeman, and he'll face Perez with a runner on first. And that's a patient righty and a grounder to first. So we go to the 8th. The Reds have opened up a 5-2 lead. We go to the bottom of the 7th, I'm sorry. Reds opening up a 5-2 lead. 7th inning stretch time, and Mitchell will lead it off against Billingham here in bottom 7. And in play for righty and a grounder to short, 1 out. That'll bring up Eddie Robinson. This is in play righty again, and a fly to right on a 94, 2 out. Kennedy's going to pinch hit for Clark. Computer tends to make the same moves all the time. Here's ballpark. Righty batter, 1-82. Wheelhouse and a base hit. Base hit on a 35. He had no home run for Wheelhouse. So runner on first, 2 out for Johnny Berardino. And there's a Wheelhouse. Again, Berardino. This is the second time he's gotten Wheelhouse. 1-23 for a big 2-run homer. Doesn't get it. Fly to center. That would have been big. So now we go to the 8th. Reds lead it 5-2. Almost made it a 1-run game there. Griffey will lead it off. And in play righty and a base hit for Griffey. Griffey can run a little. He's on first. Let's try a hit and run. We haven't done a hit and run. Let's do a hit and run. Here's an in play and pop up to short. Didn't change anything there. Runner on first. 1 out for Geronimo. And here's an in play and a grounder to first. Let's check the double play. It's just a fielder's choice. It was a 5 for the DP rating and we rolled an 8. So runner on first. 2 out. I'm going to leave Billingham in for now. He's got a 3-run lead. And in play, and a base hit. He rewards me again. One thing I've noticed, pitchers do pretty well in this game at the plate. First and third, 2 out for Rose. And there's an in play, and a base hit for Rose. And they're opening this game up. 6-2. Runners on the corners for Morgan. And in play righty. Reds have been hot lately. There's a grounder to third. Reds in this sim for this season have been hot. Foster had a big 2-homer game just yesterday. So it's 6-2 bottom 8. Billingham's still out there. And Wally Judnick is going to come up. Can't say that I remember him. Patient, righty, and he doubles. He finds his 77-81 double. So a leadoff double there brings up Boudreau. Good pinch hit double. In play righty and a grounder to first should move the runner to third. 1 out. That's by rule. There's no roll needed there. That's on the charts that a grounder to first or second with a runner on second moves him to third. 1 out for Keltner. Even though I think the game does roll there, there's no need for it. There's a ballpark righty, 1-82. And there's a Wheelhouse, but he flies to left on a 96. Wow. 1-62 would have been a 2-run homer. So the Indians getting a little unlucky here. They've had some opportunities. The run scores on the deep fly, but it's 6-3 with 2 out. Almost hit the 2-run homer. And now Billingham is fatigued. And there's a Wheelhouse. Righty. Doby. Home run on a 16. And that's going to be it for Billingham as Doby, that's I believe his 2nd home run of the game. And I've seen that a lot too in this game where guys get 2 home runs. All right, it's 6-4. Gordon due up and relief. We're going to go to we saw Bourbon in the pocket pennant run game, and we're going to see him here. 6-4, 2 out, bottom 8. That's all right. Made it a more interesting game. And here's Gordon in play righty, and he grounds to third. So we go to the 9th. Good game. 6-4 Reds. And we're going to get Russ Christopher in for the Indians, and George Foster will lead it off. And we got a patient righty, but a grounder to third, 1 out. Brings up Bench. He's had a good game. Patient, righty, and a grounder to second. So 2 out, nobody on for Tony Perez. Patient again. Wow, they had good results from the pitcher card, but they did not get anything. Fly to center. So we're going to go bottom 9. It's Mitchell, Robinson, and Kennedy. And we're going to go to Raleigh Eastwick to save it. So Eastwick's going to come in to save it against Mitchell, Robinson, and Kennedy. And there's a patient righty and a fly to left. So these batters have been getting some good results, but not getting the hits. Eddie Robinson. Here's ballpark, lefty, 1-55, but it's an in-play grounder to second. So the Indians are down to their last out here in the bottom of the 9th. They're trailing the Reds 6-4. Bob Kennedy up against Raleigh Eastwick trying to save it. And here's a patient righty, and he keeps it going with a walk. Tying run comes to the plate, but it's Johnny Berardino who is batting .091 with no homers and 2 ribbies. He does have some pop on his card. 1-23 versus right-hand pitching, even though he's right-handed. Let's see what happens here. And we get a tough righty. And a 95's a fly to left, and that's the ball game. Two good games, one in pocket pennant run, and here in payoff pitch. Reds beat the Indians 6-4 behind Billingham. Eastwick gets the save, and if we go into the box, the Reds and Indians, we had Pete Rose, Larry Doby hit 2, and Joe Gordon hit 1. And that's it. That's a good game, and let's end it and just look at the standings for a second. See, the Reds now have won 4 in a row and are 8-6. The Indians started off hot, and now they just are losing everything. They've lost 5 straight. Dodgers back in a tie for first as well. And the Giants have been the team that hasn't been able to just get anything going. They don't hit, and they've been losing. They're 4-10. All right. Thanks for watching.